Hello, and welcome to the Thought for the Day on Monday the 1st of June. I've been reading through Mark's Gospel recently, and something that struck me, perhaps in a new way, has been about the authority of Jesus. Authority, human authority, can be a tricky thing. It can be difficult sometimes to accept authority. It can be sometimes difficult to trust authority. But it really struck me that the authority of Jesus is something quite different. In Mark's Gospel, there's the story of the calming of the storm. You may well know it. It may well be a very familiar story to you. But Jesus goes out into the boat with his disciples and falls asleep. And then a storm arises, and the disciples are quite naturally fearful for their lives in this storm. They wake Jesus and say, "Master, how can you sleep through this storm?" And Jesus stands up and rebukes the wind and the waves, which cease immediately. Mark's Gospel also has the addition, on top of what's written in Matthew's and Luke's Gospels, where Jesus stands up and cries out, "Peace, be still." And then the wind and the waves and the storm stop. The disciples say, "Who is this, that even the wind and the waves obey him? What kind of authority is this?" And then a few chapters later, a man called Jairus comes to Jesus and asks him to come and heal his daughter, who's very, very sick. But on their way, as they get to the house, they come out from the house and say to him, Don't bother Jesus anymore. Unfortunately, the girl has died." To which Jesus replies, No, she's not dead. She's just sleeping." And he goes in and takes her hand, and she stands up. She is alive. What kind of authority is this? And it struck me that this Jesus that we talk about all the time, this Jesus that we read about in the Bible, this Jesus that we sing about in songs and hymns of praise, this Jesus is not a good man, not just a good teacher, a great moral example to follow. This Jesus is God himself. And that is his authority. We question human authority, but not this. We don't and shouldn't question the authority of Jesus. Jesus, the man who stands up in a boat and shouts at a storm to shut up, and it does. This Jesus has the authority of God because he is God. And it would be a really good thing for us to remember that, to hold on to that when we read the words of Jesus in Scripture, to remember his authority and who he comes from and who he is. I hope you have a great day.